But it was your comment about not filming you,
Yeah,
because you don't give me permission, and you don't need to.
No, correct. But I'm telling you, I don't want to be filmed.
So there's no point telling me if you know that I can do it.
What's that? No, it's out public, like basically to say to you that I don't want to be.
No, that's fine.
If you decide that you want to, that's a different matter.
Totally understand that.
Yeah.
But with all due respect again, maybe you should have said to your mate, you go and see him and I'll just watch in case there's any problem.
I'm sure he doesn't.
Because when you well, I don't know, do you mind?
Well, I don't really want to be filmed.
You don't want to be filmed, so maybe you should have got one of these to come out and speak to me then. Because if you approach someone with a camera, come on guys, let's be logical. Welcome back to the channel, guys. We're currently just outside Bristol, just off the M5, and come to look at a few local businesses. First thing I notice here is that the pavements are blocked by big lorries. It's happening all over this site because when they built it, they didn't think that vehicles would need to pull in at any stage whilst waiting to unload or catch up on sleep hours, anything like that. So I don't think there's much chance of disabled people being blocked or anything like that, but basically it's happening all over the place. So we're gonna just have a little walk around today, see what we can see. I've got to say thank you for all the support I've been getting. I've had a couple of messages saying welcome back, but asking why I've not uploaded for a few days. Well, because of COVID and having to retrain, sometimes you've got to go to work. So yeah, basically guys, if I'm not uploading and I'm not getting out, it's either because the weather recently has been absolutely horrendous. I mean, it has been absolutely peeing down, and then on the couple of days when it's been quite nice, unfortunately I've had to work, and with the days being short because of winter hours, that's why. So bear with me guys, I'll get out when I can. So I'm going to drop it, have a little look up here. When I get somewhere that I think may prove interesting, I'll pick it back up. So one of the first interesting places I've spotted is DHL Parcel UK Limited. So there are vehicles and things coming in and out, so I'll just have a little look, show you what I can see. Looks like a rather large place. We've got a staff entrance just down here, which we'll have a little wander down. A couple of disabled parking bays, not showing blue badges. If anybody knows if that's a legal requirement in their car park, please let me know. So we've got a staff entrance down here, separate to the main one. We'll just go down a little bit further. Guy loading his van didn't seem too bothered. So we got some crossed out disabled bays here. As you can see, they've put a cross across it, which means it's no longer a disabled bay. There are other spaces available, but I think what we're probably witnessing is that they want to park as close to the entrance as possible. So we've got some EV points here, which literally looks like they've just cut holes in the wall. Just zoom in on that for you a little bit. Yeah, just cut holes in the wall, and they've just thrown the cables out, connected them up. So they got 6 by the look of it. 2, 4, 6. So there's 2 out of those 2, and then 1 and 1 out of this one. And they've marked up EV. So then when we get to the end of the car park, there is a footpath around to another gate, I suppose we could have a little look. It certainly doesn't say private. As you know, we tend to, I tend to stick to where I can go. And of course, as we've experienced with lots of other guys with cameras, that is often enough to trigger strange reactions. And I know in this country we do tend to bang on about signs. It's a bigger problem in America if they haven't got signs. Over here, you know, we've seen people going, well, you can't come in here, this, that and the other, and the police seem to uphold that opinion. But from our point of view, if it's clearly signposted, we wouldn't go there. So they're creating their own problems. Anyway, nothing to see there, no activity whatever, so we'll move on to the next bit. I have got to say that the pavement's very uneven here. Lots and lots of trip hazards for people if they were walking, and I can only assume it's because the wooded area, the roots have started to come up. So that is something they should really address. I mean, I don't know if anybody would ever leave that area, I mean, or need to go down for maintenance, but of course, if somebody trips base over apex, then that's a potential lawsuit. Anyway, I'll go a bit further back up and pick it up. Just coming back up to the top end now. Sorry mate, you talking to me?
Yeah, sure, you okay?
Yeah, good. You?
Yeah, just wondering what you're filming.
Why I'm filming or what I'm filming?
Well, both really.
Okay, which one do you want to answer first?
Why?
Why? Because I want to, because
Right.
I make videos for YouTube.
Okay.
What I'm filming at the moment is this place.
Okay. Any reason for it, or just?
There's a reason for everything, my friend. The reason is if I put stuff on YouTube and people watch the adverts in the videos, I get paid.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenon. I won't say a new phenomenon because it's been going on for quite a while now. More and more people are doing it. I have certain days off.
Yeah.
Sit at home, what would I do? Watch the World Cup or play PS4, get out, earn some money.
Fair play.
You know?
Just don't video the us guys because I didn't give you permission for that.
Ah, right, now this is good. And I'm glad you said that.
Yep.
And I can see you've almost got a smile on your face.
Almost,
You're a
yeah.
little bit tetchy. So
Right.
should we de-escalate that slightly? Because I'm at no threat to you.
No, you haven't.
And I don't want to feel that there's a threat from you to me.
No, no.
Okay, so let me explain to you. You're going to tell me next that this is private property.
What's that, sorry?
You're going to tell me next this is private property.
The car park's not.
Oh, okay, most people say it is, and I was just going to say on that, just for future reference, everywhere in the country is private.
Correct.
So just because, you know, because it's technically yours, people
Yeah.
would say it's private. If it's publicly accessible, i.e. there's no gates, barriers, fences,
Correct.
walls, we can walk on it.
Correct.
So when we're therefore in a publicly accessible place, we can film anything we can see with our eyes. So although you may not like to be filmed, with all due respect to you, young man, you approach me.
No, I get that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I continue filming because, let's be honest, there's two of you, there's one of me, it could get messy. I don't want it to get messy. I've
Just
been,
wanted to know what you're doing.
of course,
Yeah, yeah.
but it was your comment about not filming you
Yeah,
because you don't give me permission,
Yeah,
and you
correct.
don't need to.
No, correct. But I'm telling you, I don't want to be filmed.
So there's no point telling me if you know that I can do it.
What's that? No, it's out public to, like, basically to say to you that I don't want to be.
No, that's
If
fine.
you decide that you want to, that's a different matter.
Totally understand that.
Yeah.
But with all due respect again,
Yep.
maybe you should have said to your mate, you go and see him and I'll just watch in case there's any problem.
I'm sure it doesn't.
Because when you well, I don't know, do you mind?
Well, I don't really want to be filmed.
You don't want to be filmed. So maybe you should have got one of these to come out and speak to me then. Because if you approach someone with a camera, come on guys, let's be logical.
Yeah, okay, see it from my point of view, because you spoke a lot about yourself and what you're doing, so thank you for that. And let me tell you my side, yeah, because if I see someone walking around in the car park at the building that we're a part of,
Yep,
would you expect someone to ask questions?
most definitely.
There you go.
Hey,
So
totally
it's not
accept it.
causing animosity between
No,
you.
no,
What
no,
I'm
no,
saying
no.
to you is,
And I'm not suggesting it is, my
Yeah.
friend. Don't.
just we've all got jobs to do. It's not about me.
Listen, I
Sure,
welcome interaction because
Yes.
it gives me the chance to say to you guys, for instance, I've had a look down the bottom and your pavement is being affected by the trees.
Correct.
Most people probably won't go up there.
Yep.
But the people who are in charge of the business or the facility should know, because there's trip hazards.
Yep. Yep.
Whether that's for you
Yep.
or a member of the public. So I would highlight those factors.
Yep.
So I'm doing a sort of service to you guys as well.
Yep.
But you sort of swerved the question about the filming, because honestly, think about it logically. Happy with you asking, happy to tell you. Got
Yep.
nothing to hide.
Yep.
But if you don't want to be filmed, don't approach someone with a camera.
Well, we're going to approach someone with a camera if you're in a building and we don't know who you are. It's standard
But
logic.
surely, honestly, right, and I'm not trying to be awkward because you've been really friendly-ish.
Yep.
Your face tells a different story, but
No,
but-
I think you came off with a different vibe because you were a bit. I wouldn't
well,
say
you
arrogant,
just
but the way you.
I'm
responded-
certainly not arrogant, my
No, but
friend.
the way you responded was like, well, what or why? Which
Well,
one's
because
right?
what I'm doing is not
Do you know what I mean?
illegal, is it? It's a totally lawful
No, but we're questioning
activity.
you for something.
But
It
you
should have
did
been
look a bit.
straight-
I'm not being rude, but you've got a face that looks a bit.
Nice, yeah. I
If
know.
you'd
It's
had a
good
drink
trait,
on a
man.
Saturday night, I'd avoid you. I wouldn't avoid you so much because you don't look threatening, but you're quite a big lump.
Threatening. It's
I'm
something
not
like
threatening at all.
No, and
this is
I'm
pointless, I
not
don't
saying
understand
you
what
are.
you're
I'm not saying you are. What I'm trying to say is
But
it's
the way
the perception.
yeah, and the perception I got from you straight
Yeah.
away was why or what, which one do you want me to answer? So for me, that was
I
a
didn't
bit-
say it like that though, did I?
To me, you
I
did,
said it's
yeah.
two questions. Which one would you like me to
Yeah,
answer
exactly.
first?
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't in a. I would say you were more threatening towards us than the other way around. 100%.
Really?
Yeah, that's the perception I got. I'm
Really?
not-
Just
yeah.
because I said
Yeah, because
which
the way
one do you want
said
me to
it.
ask first?
Yeah, because we're asking
Okay.
you a question which
I'll-
you must have been asked a lot of times.
And
a
I
lot
always
of
say the
times.
same thing. Which one do you want me to ask first?
And you must have been
You know?
asked it a lot of times.
'Cause
It's
you-
not us being threatening towards you.
So
we're asking you what you're doing.
I
on this
totally
property.
accept you
That's
need
it.
to check.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
but what I'm saying is, if
And we didn't come out here to check that. We came out here to check something out there.
yeah, if you don't want to be filmed, maybe say to one of your colleagues, listen, because I don't know if you've been sent out by somebody else,
No.
or whether you've come on your own
Like
volition.
I just said, I was going to check something.
Now, if you've come on your own volition, then maybe you should have gone. If I speak to him, he's going to point the camera at me. I was walking by.
Yep.
If you hadn't have spoken, I wouldn't have filmed you. So the interaction started. This is the witness that never lies.
Correct.
So
But
I carry it for
if
my defence
I'm-
as well.
So if I'm walking in the place that I work,
Yeah.
for example, and I see someone walking across,
Yeah,
and yeah, I don't want to be filmed. If I see someone walking across with a camera,
yeah.
I think I should ask the question. Is what I'm saying.
And that's fine. But what I'm
That's the reason.
saying is, if you didn't want it, because what was the obvious conclusion? I was going this way.
Yep.
You call me, I turn round.
Yeah, exactly.
So you've triggered me filming you.
Yeah.
If
But
you
like
hadn't
I
have
just-
spoken,
that's
no, but listen
just
to what I'm
I just
saying.
said,
If
yeah.
you hadn't have spoken, I'm sure one of your other colleagues would approach me.
Yeah, it could
Because you
have-
should have said to yourself, hang on, if I ask him a question, he's going to film me. I don't want to be filmed. I'll leave it to somebody else.
No, but I wanted to ask you the question, but I didn't know you had a camera. You know?
That's fine. You didn't know.
No, I just seen you had something. in
What,
your
you
hand.
didn't realise
And
what
then
it
when I
was?
seen you
Ah,
filming,
I'll take that on board then, because yeah,
it looks like a vape.
these
to be honest.
these are great. They're a built-in camera with a gimbal, look, and you can put your phone on it. So as you move, it doesn't really, you know,
That's
it's
nice.
light to carry. It runs for quite a long
Anyway, I'll
time.
let you crack on.
Listen, mate, I didn't mean any animosity. So listen,
fine, no
you
problem.
stay safe,
Enjoy.
be
Hopefully
good,
it stays safe.
but don't forget to tell your colleagues. So we'll wait and see if anybody else has got anything to say. You know, silly question there, and if you don't want to be filmed, don't speak to me. I was walking by them, so that just goes to show, doesn't it? So this is a customer collection point. I'm just going to turn my camera, says blur in it in a minute. So it is open. This door is locked for attention. Please ring buzzer. So is that the buzzer or is that the buzzer? Yeah, just try not to get my reflection on camera. It just says trying to blur it out. We do it to protect ourselves from the trolls. Hello there, is there someone I could speak to report something to you of a safety matter?
Hold on.
Thank you. Hiya, just in the area doing some filming, and if I find something that I think would be good for you to know about your company or the property, I'd like to bring it to your attention.
Sure.
The footpath down the side of your building, So down to the gate at the back
Hold
of the
on,
fence.
this is the manager. This is the best person to speak with.
I've just been speaking to him.
Right, and
But
what he say? This is the manager.
I don't really think he's that bothered.
Right, all right.
All I'm saying is, if anybody needed to walk down there, maybe a contractor for something, because the slabs are all up, it could be a
Where
health
is
risk.
it?
So you know you've got a little path down that end.
Yeah.
It's just there.
Right,
So, and there's quite a few, so it's not just one, because obviously you need to be responsible for people visiting your site. So just wanted to bring it to your attention.
yeah,
okay.
I will say this to him again. But
Brilliant. Yeah, well, I
as
mean,
far
he
as
come
I-
out and
as far
spoke.
As I know, we rent the place. So
Yeah, so it would be
it's-
the landlord's
of course,
responsibility.
yeah, yeah. It's,
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Brilliant.
you.
Hey, no worries. Take care. So there we are, guys. We will have a little look just down this way because we're here. Obviously this is where the vehicles come in. I forgot to mention about the parking the disabled bays. And you know what, I've got to explain this for some people that watch. You can come out with every intention of what you want to say and how you want to say it, but when there's an interaction and it moves in a different direction, sometimes you forget. Because let's be honest, with places like this, they're not going to give a monkeys anyway about something. You know, they might say to people, oh, there's a guy with a camera, don't do it again, but chances are they won't. Anyway, this is the back gate, wide open as you can see. We got a low sign saying no pedestrian access. That should really be higher. A fair bit of rubbish around. See what the signs are this side. So again, a big sign, but as you can see, it's about a foot off the ground. No unauthorised persons allowed beyond this point. High-vis jackets must be worn and danger vehicles referred. So my suggestion to them would be, A, shut your gates or put your barrier down because the barrier's up. Maybe it's actually broken because the cover's off. Yeah, so the cover's off, so probably it's broken. Apparently they rent the property, so that would be a landlord's problem, but then if they want their security kept up, then surely it's their problem. And move the signs up to where they're really visible, because you know, if you're coming in a car, wouldn't be so bad, but if you're, well, you know, it's about the best display place. Anyway, we'll drop that one there. We might tag one on the end of this, we might not, and we'll see what happens. So you're the manager, young man? You're the manager apparently?
Yes.
According to that young lady. So something I forgot to mention, you've got a couple of cars parked in disabled bays without a blue badge showing.
Oh, okay.
Now I know that could be that you're happy with that, because I don't know what the legalities of it are. I thought I'd mention it. Also, just a little point of note, because I know it's a rented property now, because the lady told me, your two signs about no pedestrian access would be better to be at least head height, because people could say to you, we didn't see them, and go in. I don't go anywhere I'm not allowed to.
Yep, fine.
Just little notes for you to improve what you do.
No problem.
All right, no worries, mate. Cheers. Just one question, buddy. Did you take a picture? Did you take a picture?
No.
You sure?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure.
Because under GDPR I can request a copy, and if I have to contact them to get them to check your phone, I will do.
Yeah.
If you're honestly telling me you didn't,
Yeah.
I won't.
That's fine. Yeah,
All right. I couldn't tell if he did or he didn't, but sometimes it does just help to draw it to their attention, doesn't it? So anyway, like I said, expose and educate. We'll drop that one there and pick it up on the next one.